Welcome to round 5 of the Parenting Roundabout podcast for the week of February 28th. I'm Terry Morrow, and I'm here with Nicole Eridix.
Hello.
And Catherine Haleko.
Hello.
Today, we're taking a break from talking and complaining and obsessing and instead shouting out things other people are doing that we think you'll find as useful or enjoyable as we do. We call this our Roundabout Roundup. And I'll start. We often on this Roundup discuss delicious snack options, many of them a little bit basic, I guess, not exactly your finest food, not your best diet suggestion, but something that, oh my goodness, just tastes good and warm and comforting, and you wish to curl up on the couch with a pot of it just going to town. My daughter periodically buys her own snacks. She goes to the store and she buys something that looks delicious. And for a while, she was keeping it in her room. And I let her know that that's not okay. You shouldn't have food in your room. If you buy something, you have to share it with everybody. That's the kind of house we're a open snack household. If you buy it, everybody else is going to eat it. So she at one point bought this ginormous container of Lutz potato sticks, which I think used to be called matchstick potatoes when I was a kid, but they're basically, they taste like potato chips, except they are in tiny stick form, each stick maybe an inch long. So like teensy tiny little, but what it means is that you can eat great handfuls of them and not really be eating more than you would be if you ate a normal amount of potato chips. So they're so good. They're really good. I had forgotten about them and how good they were. And so now she has to keep it in the pantry where everybody else can get at it. And oh my goodness, does everybody else get at it? And the problem with them, I will warn you, is that they taste salty and greasy and delicious, but they also taste like another handful. So it's very difficult to stop because they're just these little things.
They're so small.
These little things, they're so small. How bad could it be? And then it just like keeps drawing you back and you don't care because they're so good. They're crunchy. They're salty. They're greasy. They're delicious. I want some right now. Excuse me. Nicole, you go ahead. I'll be right back.
Well, I have had my daughter home for the past week, and she has been watching Euphoria season 2.
Oh.
So I watched season 1, and that came out a while back, but I haven't had a chance to watch all of season 2, but I did watch the episode that she was watching, and oh my goodness, it looks good. So, and from what I hear,
in it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. From what I hear, it is just as good as the first season. And really, it's not for every age and every taste.
There's delicate sensibilities.
There's lots of delicate issues. It's definitely, you have to be open to that kind of stuff to watch it. So, if you were to compare it to like family friendly, like Full House or something. So anyway,
sit down to watch it with the kids is what you're saying.
No, yeah. But anyway, if you haven't seen season 1, I would recommend that and then move on to season 2. I can't wait to dig into the next episode.
Are you euphoric about the prospect?
Very. So that's my shout out.
Okay. How about you, Catherine?
Well, as
I disapprove of your choice, I think. But
yeah. Well, we talked about Wordle, a few weeks back. And if you if you're worried about the paywall of Wordle, or you're just like, feel like, you've done Wordle, you're good. You need a bigger challenge, a different challenge. Well, meet Quordle, Quordle, where you can do 4 Wordles simultaneously.
4.
So you put in a word, you have a grid.
Much hours in the day.
You have a grid of 4 Wordle boards, or whatever you want to call them. You have your 5-letter words, and you have 4 of them. And So you put in a guess, you put in your first 5-letter word, and then in each of the 4 games, you get your green and yellow and gray boxes. So on upper left, maybe you got 1 green letter and 1 yellow one. On upper right, maybe you didn't get any. On bottom left, maybe you got 1 green and nothing else, so you get a different, and then you have to try to figure out all 4 of the words. So your entry appears simultaneously. Your guess appears simultaneously in each of the 4 spaces. So I just basically, I put in a guess, and then if I have one that, has a better chance of me figuring it out, that whichever one has the most greens, then I go there and do that one. And then I just kind of work my way around. And most of you have, I think, 9 guesses total. Okay. So you don't have to do it in
to get all 4 words.
To get all 4. Yeah. So I've mostly been able to do it, but there have been times where I have failed. So then you just have to wait for the next day. Try again.
Yep.
So,
well, that sounds interesting. I need not to have things like that in the world to take up my time, but I do. The thing I've loved about Wordle is its simplicity, that it's like a static thing. You do it and then you're done for the
one
day.
And done.
There's not like, here's a bunch more you could do if you want to, which everything else is that way.
Right.
So I like that. I do worry about the paywall, which is not yet descended, but surely at some point will.
Right.
Because
well, so far Quordle is free, and it is also 1 a day.
Okay. So, well, but it's 4 a day.
Well, 4 a day.
That's what you're saying.
Yes. So
why can things not just remain?
You can still keep doing Wordle.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do both.
It does sound fun, and now it will be your fault next week when I'm late with everything.
Right.
You now own all my procrastination for the next 30 days.
Oh boy, that's a lot to take on. Well, we'll see how that goes, but that's it for another week of Parenting Roundabout. If you missed any of our earlier episodes this week, look them up on Spreaker, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, or wherever you get your podcasts to hear what we had to say about things we haven't experienced, spousal disagreements, and the amazing race, and who the ideal racers are. You can also find all of our episodes at parentingroundabout.com and talk back in the comments there, on our Facebook page, or on Twitter, where you'll find us at Roundabout Chat. And please visit our Amazon shop at amazon.com/shop/mamitude, where you can find links to a lot of the things we talk about. Have a great weekend, and see you back here on Monday.